Okay, hey everyone. I'm really bad with intros still. This is Josh. This is another meeting of Only We Weren't Weebs. I remember the title this time, so no more of that gag. Get fucked, everyone. I mean, thank you for attending our loyal chat, everyone. Ha 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 ha. Um,
Demonetized.
yes.
Hello, hello.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I wrote a list saying like do not swear as much because you said fuck like 40 times last meeting. I instantly removed it to put up Dobler's notes. So this is all Dobler's fault.
Are we not allowed to?
No, it's okay. I literally had a sentence where I was like, fuck, I can't fucking believe I fucking said fucking that. And I was just like, thanks, Josh, very classy. It was a great sentence. Anyways, so, Josh, Chris is here. Say hi, Chris.
Hi.
Thank you. Jeffy's here.
Yo, what's good?
Leslie's here.
Hello, hello.
Mickeal's here.
Moshi Moshi.
Mustache. No John, because he's stupid. No Dobler, because he told us beforehand and he's cool. Okay, out of the way. Oh, by the way, apparently only John watches the show after I post this up, so he'll probably hear that. But whatever. So our script today, we're gonna start with some cells at work. It's 3 episodes, not the 2 that I posted. But if you only watched the 2, it's my fault, so I completely understand. And
I'm gonna be clear with you right now. I
Yeah.
forgot we were supposed to watch that show at all.
wow.
And didn't.
No, to be fair, of all the people to say the sentence, if it's from Chris, it's not that surprising to me.
I literally was like, Jeff asked me if I did it, and I'm like, what other show? It was in general chat, so you guys couldn't hear it. So,
That makes sense. Well,
yeah.
it's actually supposed to be the 3 episodes, and then after that, we talk about the first season, first 23 to 24 episodes of Clannad. So yeah, I have to leave at some point very soon, so we're trying to not make this as long as possible. We'll see how it goes. Anyways, let's start with cells at work. Out of curiosity, did anyone beside Chris not watch it?
I knew you had to get out early, so I elected not to.
Oh, my hero, that's my boy right there.
I have done the Weffy thing as well.
Oh
Wow.
my
Damn.
Okay, am I the only one who's Leslie? Have you watched it?
I was a good person.
Oh,
today,
thank
and I
the
watched
heavens!
all of them.
Thank you, by the way.
Oh god, thank you.
Wow. Okay, well, this is supposed to be a chat between me and Leslie, because I don't care about the rest of you anymore. Okay,
Hey,
Leslie.
Chris, I'll see you in general.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
If you cared about me in the first place.
Hey, you're the one who tried to guilt me with cells at work before this chat started, so you don't even get that authority anymore.
Fair enough.
Anyways, Leslie, your thoughts on the last 3 episodes?
Basically, I thought they were filler because I finally caught up with Cancer,
Yeah.
and that was basically like the pinnacle. And now they're just like, oh, these are what the cells did when they were little, and this is how they overcame their challenges. And White Blood Cell's a stalker now for some reason.
Yo,
But
it's
I
cute.
think that
I'll
was huge.
defend that shit.
Hey, I did say it's kind of cute.
You did. I didn't interrupt you. My bad.
It's all good. But yeah, very generic anime episodes. Though Microphage was pretty cool. I like how they
Yeah.
illustrated that they change depending on what their role needs to be for that particular scenario.
Mm-hmm.
But that's about it.
Cool. Yeah, I basically agree with you. Last 3 were pretty weak. I don't agree that they're filler because, honestly speaking, there's no really overarching plot in the anime, so everything's filler? Question mark.
I mean, they already beat Cancer, so what else do they have?
Oh, I think it's implied Cancer will return based on Cancer's last words. So, like, wasn't he like,
Oh,
"Blah,
yeah.
I will come back," something like that. I don't know. It's been a bit, but yeah.
And how cancer works generally.
Also,
Oh,
fair.
yes.
Also, this is like we get like cancer cells every day, and like it's not like they actually have full blown cancer, But
no,
then
they don't reach that point until much later.
Yeah, I'm
Or
pretty,
if they're part of the anime fandom.
I'm pretty sure this is implied that the body of this person is like a young child or something like that. And obviously, young children can get cancer, which is very tragic. But I don't think they go that route in this seemingly not dark anime? Question mark. So.
See,
Anyway.
I thought this anime was of a teenager body based on the other cells that do nothing.
Well, my thought it's like like 10 or under, give or take, because it's missing a few things and it regenerates really quickly and so on and so forth. But theories.
All right.
Anyways, so yeah, I think the series is okay so far. I'm not in love with it, but I don't hate it. Middle ground. How about you, Leslie?
I mean, it's very much a Saturday morning cartoon show, if
Mhm.
you think about it that way. And I enjoy it when I do watch it, but lately a lot of things have just not been holding my attention, and this is one of them. I think if I had like a dub, maybe it would be easier because I'm multitasking quite a bit lately.
Fair.
But I think it's an okay show. I wouldn't put it like on the top tier, but it's pretty harmless and it's fun to watch if you have the time.
What's everyone else's thought? Do you think you'd be more like engrossed into it if there was a dub, or do you just think it's not like your cup of tea, or you're just busy? Start with Chris. Yeah.
Yeah, since I'm like butting in. I think if it was a more like kind of dark and while still kind of cheerily comical, I would have been more a part of it. I think I've made that opinion clear a few times though.
It's true. This is not a
How
hidden
they
fact.
could have made this a sicker, darker, twisted version of itself, and I would have been on board with it. But yeah, after that whole second thing, it kind of dropped off my map very clearly.
Mhm.
So that's my opinions on it.
Jeffy.
Second Leslie, that if it was a dub, it would be a lot easier for me to consume.
Fair.
I don't know about John. I know he's listening. Shout out to John. But,
Actually, I have
dub-
John's notes. I'll say at the end.
But gotta live down in the trash with us in the dubs. Yeah, it's like usually a huge hurdle because then I have to devote hard time to something rather than like soft time.
Very fair.
And yeah, I thought I'd have more time with old age, but
Yeah.
I'm in so many clubs.
Yes.
More clubs than I was in college. What has happened to me?
The huge irony as life goes on. How about you, Mickeal? Your thoughts?
So I'm in the belief of I like the show. I'd keep watching if I wasn't so damn busy. I just did several drives for weddings and nonsense. I don't think I would like it dubbed, only because when they translate the dub, they won't translate the words for the information on the cell, and I have to extra listen to hear what the dub person's saying instead of just reading the words.
Fair.
It is the only thing that I think that will not translate properly when dubbing, but I would still give it a chance.
I'd say hard to say until we see it, honestly speaking.
Yeah.
Last comments before we switch topics. John left the comment. I'll do my precious John impression. I still enjoy this anime, and it's the one I consistently keep up with. Can't wait for the next week's episode. So John likes it a lot.
That's pretty accurate.
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty good impression, I'm not going to lie. Oh, you mean his briefing. Also correct, yeah.
No, I meant your impression.
Oh, yeah,
okay.
no, yeah. I've heard John a lot in my life. It's pretty good.
I'm sorry.
Dang. I'm sorry, John. I love you, baby. Okay, let's. Anything else on Sons of Work before we switch to Clannad? Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so as a reminder to basically just the audience who doesn't watch this show, we only watched the first season of Clannad, which is the first 23 to 24 episodes. So we do not watch After Story yet. I am keeping track. John and Dobler, who did not leave me any Cells at Work notes. I'm going over both their notes, so if I forget to bring them up, my bad. I'm sorry. My ability to multitask is bad. I have a 1-minute explanation of Clannad, so who wants to time me?
And go.
Okay, Clannad is about this guy. He's kind of like a delinquent, but he's not really. His name's Tomoya, and basically he's like has a troubled like past with his father. He's walking down, he sees this girl, Nagisa, and it's basically a romance between the two. Nagisa wants to start a like drama acting club because of a story she read long ago, and little does she know, she has a reason behind this story and so forth. She has supportive parents, and they're super cool, and they also meet their classmates, and they have backstories as well. And the entire anime is basically these chicks who want to bang Tomoya until they realize that Nagisa's the OTP, and
10 seconds.
that's the anime. You can stop now.
Bam.
I thought it was pretty good. Cool.
It was.
Yeah.
So we're gonna break this down similar to Madoka, which was never uploaded, so the audience has no idea what I'm talking about, and some of you might not either. Basically, what we did for Madoka is that Clannad had this cool thing where basically there were character arcs, where like this few episodes about this character, this few episodes about that character, and so on and so forth. So instead of our normal character discussion, we're gonna do it like that. It might seem a little rushed just because, don't want to sit in an arc for too long, but I hope that'll be okay. Fuku arc technically doesn't start till like episode 3 or whatever, but I figured I just do episode 1 through 9 as Fuku arc. As a reminder for the people at home who have seen but have not seen Clannad in a long time, Fuko is that really cute small girl with the starfish who turns out to be a ghost girl. And she's not dead. Coma girl. And basically she wants to promote her older sister's marriage, but at the same time is in a coma, so it's hard. So she meets with Tomoya and Nagisa, and they try to hatch some plan for the marriage to work out. I think we'll stick with the script notes. We'll start with our conversation on Tomoya as the protagonist. And you can obviously expand out of the Fuku arc for this. You can talk about Tomoya and other mediums as well. And why don't we start with Jeffy? If Jeffy wants. Okay, why don't we start with Leslie?
It might be
Sorry,
that
I
Jeffy
was muted.
Oh, that makes
Yeah,
more sense.
I was
Sorry.
talking and then...
My bad. I have the notes in front of me. I didn't see anything to the left. So, Jeffy, when you're ready.
So, Fuku arc.
Well, just talk about Tomoya, not the Fuku arc in general right now. We'll get to the Fuku arc in a second.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. You can talk about
I was
outside
asking
the Fuku.
that. Tomoya, our protagonist.
Mm-hmm.
Heart of Steel. He's a great guy. Always helps out other people to see them have good times.
Mm-hmm.
Little bit of an outcast at first. I'm not sure exactly how justified they keep calling him a delinquent just because he comes in late after he had a tragedy happen. He's not close with his dad. I wish that could have been fleshed out at the end of the entire series a little bit more, but what can you do? Yeah, as one of the few male characters in this anime, he is the good one.
Yeah.
Well, no, one of the good. There's like 2.
Also very
There's
fair.
like 1.
No, the dad.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about Dad. He's best.
Boom.
It's true.
Got him.
Dad's strong.
Dad's strong.
Dad's strong. But we'll talk about him when we get to her or him.
Yeah.
But mostly, he excels with his interactions with everyone else. So I'll just keep referencing Tomoyo when I'm talking about every other character.
Sounds good. Chris, why don't you go next?
I mean, I feel like as far as harem anime goes, he's a protagonist that actually deserves a harem. Like, most like harem animes, you get like bullshit Tenchi Muyo, like, I'm such a nerd and I can't do anything right, but inexplicably I've got a whole space trove of like ladies trying to come after me. But this guy literally goes like up and beyond the Call of Duty all day for his friends instead of doing like his schoolwork. He's not just like bumming out doing nothing. And that gives him points for me as far as main character goes. At the beginning, I kind of thought I was going to like roll my eyes and like hate him. And like, how long can his gag of getting his friend like beat the shit up go? But I don't know, he kind of panned out to be a real good character. And I did spoil myself and watch After Story where he just becomes an even better character.
Ooh, I'm going to pause for a second, Chris. And
It's
say,
a little biased.
out of curiosity, I assume no one else has, but has anyone else here watched After Story? Because I also have as well.
I did not.
Oh, yeah, perfectly fine, by the way. I was curious. And I know Mickeal just watched 24, so he definitely didn't. Okay, just curious.
Yeah, I'm not going to bring up any spoilers out of it.
Yeah, I will also do my best not to.
It's just, he's so good.
I'm glad you really like him.
He's just such a good guy.
Anything else to add before I continue on?
No, that pretty much sums up my views on Tomoyo.
Cool. Leslie, you're next.
Okay, so this was a little interesting because we did two dating sim based anime in a row.
Thanks, John.
So it's a kind of a cool comparison between what we watched last session and what we're watching for this session. Tomoyo was definitely a better main character than the last session was.
Yeah.
Just because, oh god, she was just awful. But anyway, I do agree with a lot of what Chris said. He was above and beyond for his friends. Yeah, he could have buckled down on his schoolwork, but he had like an alcoholic dad and a lot of problems, and he's just like, I'm just gonna make friends and try to find a better life, even though like that wasn't originally his goal. Originally his goal was to just drift, because he didn't know like what he wanted to do, so he was just drifting through the town in his life, and having lots of girls fawn over him for reasons. But I don't know. I think he deserved to have the harem. He was a decent audience analog, and he was okay.
Nice. Anything else to add, Leslie, before I continue on?
Nope, I'm good.
Cool. Mickeal.
So, yes, dating anime after dating anime. I don't hate him. I think he's all right, but I'm really tired of the trope of being, man, I'm a delinquent with a good heart. Like, that was all good in the good old Yu Yu Hakusho days, but I need something more than just I sleep in and I don't go to school, but I'm a really good person, just I'm lazy as a main character trope.
Yo, I'm gonna.
Yu Yu Hakusho good?
Okay, so I've actually been rewatching Yu Yu Hakusho because I never finished the last season. Actually, I never got to it. Yusuke was definitely more of a delinquent than this dude.
Well, no, that's because Yusuke could fight. He can't fight.
Tomoyo can fight for sure.
Tomoyo could fight. How dare you, sir?
I was saving this comment, but I thought he was actually quite like a shonen protagonist, where he's all about the self-sacrifice, but in this time it's instead of like figuratively helping all his friends by beating up the bad guy, it's like plucking yards or just completely devoting himself to their problems and their hopes and desires and dreams and aspirations.
I'm also going. Go ahead, Jeffy. Sorry.
That wrapped up point.
Oh, my bad. I was gonna say I actually kind of agree with Mickeal in a small sense, where I really don't think that Tomoya is really that much of a delinquent compared to like a lot of the delinquent with a heart of gold stuff. I'm mostly compared to School Rumble with Harima as the protagonist, who literally like gets into fights and like has those like dark shades and like is like really like abrasive to people. Like he's really just like a chill guy who's like is late to school occasionally and
That's part of what the anime was trying to convey. Similar to Tomoyo, like once you have people's opinions, like the overall society and like the school you're at, their opinions of you matter, even if they don't reflect reality.
Very deep. I like it. But anyway, Mickeal, go ahead. Sorry, I interrupted.
Yeah, I don't like they gave him the title delinquent. Yes, he's late, but it's like every other delinquent status we've seen in the show is all like rough, tough, blah, blah, and he's not that. I mean, he's a good positive character that like we can project upon, and he does his own little personality things. Not to jump to ahead, but his issues with his father, I think should have been like brought up more often, really early. I mean, they did good in the first 2 episodes, but like we don't hear again a piece of it for like another 10, 15 episodes again.
I'll say that's a season 2 thing. Don't spoil too much.
Okay, I figured that was going to probably be a season 2 thing. But yeah, I mean, as a main character, he's like one of the few ones that I'm pretty okay with for as like projecting on as main character in the dating sim series. I just wish they would have given him like a little bit more. I don't want to say personality, but like uniqueness.
I don't know. Like to be fair, it is also, as Chris said, a horror anime, so you can't make him too crazy, or
I mean, we can have horror anime and not have an OP like main character, but he could just be not a bunch of other like small shonen stuff related to.
I mean, you could say that, but like, how often does it happen?
I mean, that doesn't sell the merch.
Yeah, I'd argue he's not even like OP.
He's definitely actually. I think I really like Tomoya. Not to interrupt, Chris. Sorry, because he's a very flawed character.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
he has like a lot of problems. He's got
like his problems. He's got a chip on his shoulder. I mean, we're seeing him on like the downslope of his degenerate lifestyle. Like his life changes the moment he meets Nagisa, and we're just watching it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But anything else to add, Mickeal?
No, I'm good from there.
Cool. Then I'm gonna go John next because he wrote notes. Dobler also wrote notes on it, but it's like a one sentence thing, and I feel like he goes more into Tomoya as he goes into arcs. So I'm gonna hold off on Dobler. Sorry, Dobler. But this is John's notes. I guess the name of the game of this anime is Everyone Needs Fucking Therapy, and now I'm sad. I just felt like he was not exactly that compelling of a character. He just has a sob story and shaking relationship with his dad because of his previous trauma. Him being a high school delinquent after he can't play basketball because of a potential problem from the crash means his sole purpose is to help the other characters. I know I tend to touch on this in a lot of anime where I say the character does their job in being a device for other characters to bounce off of, but this time it's really true. If I had to say something about Nagisa, I'll hold off on Nagisa. Sorry. So yeah, that's John's opinion.
Nice.
I actually very much disagree with John here because I really don't think the anime is about anyone besides Tomoya and Nagisa most of the time. But we can get into that as we go.
No,
on.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like usually I'm just like, most protagonists are pretty bland and make sense, but I actually feel like the anime is really about those two characters, and everything else is like a device to get those two characters closer. But yeah, sorry. Anyways, continue on. The next comments are about Kyo and Yo, and honestly speaking, I don't know why I put it into Fuku arc, because they're honestly better than Tomoyo arc. So I'm gonna hold off if that's cool with everyone.
Cool. That's fine.
Cool.
Worked for me.
Okay, then we'll just talk about Fuku and Fuku arc in general. So obviously talk about Fuku, but you can talk about your thoughts on the arc in a whole as well. Why don't we start with Leslie?
Okay, so the Fuko arc is the one that made me cry.
Fuku, yeah, go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, basically, like, Fuko... So when Fuko came into being, I was like, this is just going to be one of those sweet, like, little moe moments, isn't it? Because she's just like, I'm going to make all these things and give them to classmates. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. Be diabetes. That's fine.
Uh-huh.
But then as it goes along, it's just like, oh, so there's a ghost girl haunting the school. Did you hear about that? Did you know about that? And then I was like, what are you talking about? Apparently she's been in the hospital and like her consciousness is in the school. I don't know how that exactly works, but the further along you get in that, the more sympathetic you become to Fuko, and eventually the main two characters help her make the starfish, pass them along, because she was making these starfish to entice the school to go to her sister's wedding, and her sister was like a teacher at the school, so she's kind of like a last wish. She wants her sister to have the best wedding possible.
Yeah.
So that all happens, and then eventually it is implied that she dies, and then her spirit comes to the wedding, and everyone cries, and I cried. But TLDR, Fuko is best character. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah, don't at me, bros.
I'm so happy. And then she becomes like the encouraging spirit throughout the rest of the series. It's like, oh, something like difficult is happening. Fuko, come help! And it's wonderful.
Fuko is the side duck of this series at some point.
I think it's a side duck, and I'm just like, there's other ducks or something? I'm so confused. Yeah,
I agree. 100%.
Yeah.
Comes up, tries to be helpful, fucks up, walks off.
Yo, she's me. We're relatable.
How though?
Okay, is side duck anything like a side chick?
ooh. And thanks for joining the chat. It was a lot of fun. Had ups and downs. I'm gonna go. Anything else to add, Leslie?
Nope, that's it.
Cool. Then I'm gonna go with John's notes next. And John wrote, Fuko is an adorable ghost child, but holy crap, did this mess my expectations for the series. I heard this anime in the past as being sad, I had no idea what it was about. When I saw this arc, I thought it was going to be some ghost whisperer type thing. This arc was cute and made me genuinely sad when the other students could not see her. It was also nice we got to see her as a running gag character at a few points, even though she's a ghost and I probably won't see a resolution to a real body in the hospital. That's John's notes. Not really much I could disagree with or comment, because it's pretty much agreements all around. So why don't we go to Chris next?
Well, Well, I think the Fuko arc was probably one of my least favorite, actually. Out of all the arcs I watched.
Mm-hmm.
Like, save one point in After Story, but we're not talking about that. I'm just still bitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't bad. I'm not saying it's like the worst thing I've ever seen and I regret seeing it, but while being sad, it didn't get the same amount of emotion out of me as maybe like the last arc did. Or that one was like, how could you do this to me? I don't know, Fuko's alright, but she does kind of wear on you after a bit. Like, there's only so much of this insanely, like, even if her like personality is some sort of like regressed childish personality, she was in high school before, you know, getting hit by a car, and you'd imagine she wouldn't like refer to herself as like Fuko or do half the shit she does. So I don't know, she was fine. I just found her grating at times.
Fair.
The whole wedding thing was kind of fun though. But it really left me wondering, like, where the hell is this show going?
Yeah.
Because as I started out, it was like about like a rough kid and his like best friend like causing mischief, and then and I'm gonna be real, I thought Nagisa was the ghost for the first like whole like like all the ghost rumors and Nagisa hanging out alone and no one paying attention to her, and I'm like, is she the ghost?
Honestly, I wish I thought that, because honestly, that's like a good theory until you find out, and I didn't even think of that.
Yeah,
No,
I'm watching the intro and I'm like, I think that's Nagisa face down in a snowbank. Maybe she's dead.
I thought the same thing, so you're not alone.
Okay.
I definitely did not at all.
So it did fuck me up when it came to time and Fuko was the ghost. I appreciated that they can throw me for a loop there, but other than that, my least favorite of the arcs.
I'm actually going to go next just because I slightly disagree with Chris, and I actually think Fuko arc is one of my favorite arcs. But Fuko is not grating to me, so it's probably why we see difference. But I feel emotion during 3 arcs, and Fuko arc is like one of the stronger ones of emotion for me. And like usually, like, and after that, like the other arcs, while are probably better written, aren't as like emotion filled for me, and I only watch anime for emotion. So, but I see where you're coming from. I don't disagree with you. Just I am not of the same opinion.
Sounds like disagreeing.
Well, I mean, I think all the points you made are very valid.
I know, I'm just giving you a bad time.
Yeah. That's my boy. Jeffy, why don't you go next?
Sorry, I just had to unmute. Cool. All right. So, no, I like how this makes sense that it's a dating anime, and I like that they were ahead of the curve in like dating aspects because what was this character's name again?
Fuko.
Yeah, Fuko literally ghosted Tomoyo.
Damn! GG.
But that aside, she was the only character with midichlorians and were able to force project her ghost while alive and dead.
There's too many memes happening at once.
So she was the OP character. But
No doubt,
I'm gonna echo Chris and say this was middling, like middle of the road pack arc for me. I didn't cry as hard. And I like her as a character though, being a Psyduck, like specifically when the protagonist does the Tomoyo does the love spell, and then the first girl he sees that is Kuyo or whatever her name is. And she's like, "Oh, don't make a noise. There's a bear here gonna eat you." And then she goes and like moves like a zombie in the most adorbs way. And the starfish running gag was like, "What do you mean? It's a starfish. Well, it's not just like that." Wasn't bad. It like I said, it wasn't bad. Wasn't the best. And she is the side chick character because she's probably the weakest of the harem girls.
That's fair. The jump off the starfish gag, that was probably my favorite thing about her, was that she became a running gag and not like a real actual character. I liked all her after Fuko arc interactions a lot more than I liked anything she did in the arc itself.
Second.
Very fair. Anything else to add, Jeffy?
No, other than Chris is usually right.
You're right, Griffith did nothing wrong.
I could fucking tell memes too. But before I do, Mickeal, you're next.
So, I'm cool with Fuko. I sat there and I asked many questions and said, "Shut up, brain. Let's just watch what happens." But like, I'm sitting there like, okay, yeah, we're getting that she doesn't really exist, so people don't notice her but like people are physically getting these stars before realizing she's a ghost.
Mm-hmm.
Where did they come from?
Hey man, as you get older,
Midichlorians.
Midichlorians don't
They
get to
forgot. They forgot they got them later though, and then remembered later, and then
Jedi
maybe
mind trick. Hello.
Yeah.
yeah, come on.
I didn't watch it.
She's the OP character.
Yeah, watch Star Wars Episode 1. You'll
Yeah.
understand.
Fine. I will do so and hate myself.
Don't do that. Just stop.
But yeah, like as a character, she is the most fun, and I'm glad she got the shine first amongst all the girls, as far as I'm concerned.
Is being naive fun?
I mean, she was the one who gave the biggest smiles on people's faces, so I'd assume that's fun. I didn't after like 2 or 3 times. I did not like the side ducking. After a while, like I get it was cute, and then like you need to stop this shit down.
It happens like once every 8 episodes. Y'all are crazy.
No, it was not.
It happens it happens like once an arc.
Cool. Name something valuable she adds besides that once every 8 episodes.
But it's
She's
a gag.
a comedy character.
Yeah, it's
She's
like
a gag character.
I mean, she's also dead. She's not supposed to be in the series.
She's in a coma.
Yeah, coma.
Are we
kids.
sure? Are we sure about
Yeah,
it's
they say
mentioned.
coma.
No, I mean after the wedding though.
Did they ever mention that she dies?
I'm
Can
gonna
anyone
presume
say
that she
for
does.
sure?
It does not actually.
Well,
It's,
I mean,
it is specifically mentioned that she's still alive but in a coma after.
it's like we can't just assume she's dead because it's convenient for our argument.
Yes,
That's
yes,
a fallacy.
No, I can't. I have that ability. It's only for Josh.
Yeah, we know. I know.
I will say she is the one of the 2 people that got me a slight teary eye in this anime, and I'm glad I got it out early as opposed to the other teary eye, and it wasn't Nagisa.
I'm gonna counterpoint, not even because it's a related point. I actually almost cried, but then I heard the English and did not cry at all.
Oh,
During
I'm
that
sorry.
song. Yeah, I was like, my heart was like sinking, and then the music played. I'm like, oh no, this music's gonna fuck me up. And then like English came out, and I was like, oh well, it's gone now.
I'm so glad I watched the dub.
The one time the dub helps you.
I don't.
Right?
Is it in English too in the dub, or is it not?
No, it's in English.
Is it like normal? Like, is it normal English, or is it like
Why
a
would
Japanese
they
person?
start doing a fake Japanese accent?
Why would they get another voice actor to sing the song?
No, they didn't go English as far as I didn't notice that, so I feel like I would have.
The skepticism.
The dub had its
high,
own
but-
problems though, so.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think the dub is still hot trash, but we'll get to that later.
It's not that bad.
It's pretty bad.
You get comfortable with what you're looking at after a while.
I guess if you live in trash for an extended amount of time, you get used to it.
There you go.
Got him.
Optimism.
Hey. But anyways, sorry, Miko. Anything else you want to add on Fuko arc?
No, it's just very sad to see that people forget about you when they go to sleep.
Yo,
You
yeah,
know,
the real tragedy. Fuko arc's fucked up.
But
Okay.
yeah, like she's still good people. Just needs to calm down a little bit.
Fair. I will read Dobler's thing, and it's very long, but it's like his best part that he wrote, so I feel like it would be a sin not to. Actually, no, I'll abbreviate it. I'm good at that. 1 second.
Hot.
Okay, so according to Dobler, Fuka, whatever, best girl. I'm sure a collection of clips of her was what got me to watch Clannad in the first place. I really like the way the relationship is presented for Nagisa's Fuka. Why does he add that in the middle of Fuka's thing? Anyways, episode 6 is just fun, and then tears. The author only gives you a cute kitty so you can brutally murder her later. It's basically what episode 6 is to him. 7 to 9, my sister is on the autism spectrum and we want her to make friends, so we're going to make her sink or swim. This is presented as the right thing to do. Damn it, Japan. But as a whole, this is what I realized Clannad was special, I think. I cried repeatedly. Even seeing it a second time, it still devastated me. The ups, the downs, giving it hope. Also, I don't know why they keep bringing her back for random gags.
Boo, bad opinion.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, can I add to that?
Mm-hmm.
Why is it that the anime and most of the dubs can't figure out how to spell her name?
Fuko?
So, like, several versions I've seen where it's only one U, but in certain times I'm seeing it with both U's at the same time, like back to back. Did anyone else notice that?
I saw double, but I don't fucking remember. It's been a bit. Oh, Double Roll, one last thing. The anime could have ended here. It'd still be one of the best shows out there. Yet there's still more. According to Dobler.
No.
Hard disagree with a lot of that, but he's entitled to his opinion.
He's watched it for longer and stronger than us, so what do we know?
That he's wrong.
Dobler doesn't watch these. We're fine. Anyways, I think that's everyone on Fuku arc. Did I miss anyone?
No, we never talked about the twins.
Well, I said we'll talk about them during Tomoyo.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. Then, yeah, sweet. Let's talk about Kotomi arc. As a reminder for those who have not seen it, and don't want to be spoiled, or those who haven't seen a bit, Kotomi is that genius girl who's kind of socially awkward, quote unquote, and really bad violin, who has that tragic backstory of her parents dying in a car crash and her almost setting her house on fire.
No, it was a plane crash.
Yeah, sorry, you're right. I don't know why I said car. You're 100% correct. Plane crash. And then realizes that Tomoyo was her childhood friend back in the day, and then they both, he forgot, she remembered, and they reconnected at the end. And then I thought for sure they'd do each other, but they never did.
Can I take charge on this one really quick?
Sure.
I gotta vent this one out. It was fun. I was enjoying this.
Sure.
Until it turned into one of those, and I know this is a dating series.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, we didn't remember each other from so many years ago moments. We both massively had amnesia of each other.
Well, no. Kotomi knows.
Kotomi knew the whole time.
Yeah.
Tomoyo was the only shithead who forgot.
Yeah.
I don't know, based on maybe my version of the subbing might have not been correct, but it implied that she also didn't remember. You're that person other than knowing
she goes into like a whole monologue about how it's like I was hoping it was like a sign from God or some shit that like you came and talked to me that day and that maybe you remembered me, and it's just like, oh, you didn't.
Mm-hmm. It's
even as the last year. I'm not enjoying the whole I didn't remember you, blah blah blah.
I'm with you there, 100%.
I will kind of like I'm on everyone's side actually, 1,000%. But it's kind of hard to remember stuff when you're a child. But I'm still on everyone's side. I mean, that's also probably a big important
different.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, she can remember her one friend, and he's got like a trove of like friends he cherishes.
Yeah.
I'm not being mean. It's just true.
Hashtag Tim problems.
So like, she doesn't remember him when they meet in the school in the first time either.
Yeah, she does. She's just she's shy and awkward.
I mean, I guess. I'm just. I hate when I see that trope too often. It's the classic love heme thing.
By the way, you're wrong on the opinion when Chris and I agree on something.
I'm with you on that part though. Is like amnesia is the dumbest like mechanic in a lot of.
Oh, I mean,
media.
It's not actually amnesia this time. He just forgot.
I know, but it's like kind of amnesia.
Second only to it was all a dream.
Yeah. Okay, you're right. That one's pretty bad too.
That one's really bad. But anyway,
let me tell you about it. So it was only all a dream.
Anything else, Mickeal, before I switch to someone else?
No, yeah, I'm good. Like everything else in the arc, I was fine with. The ending, just that point, just annoyed the life out of me.
Ooh, okay. I actually will go next then on that.
Another one is 3 weeks earlier.
Yeah. I hate that trope so much.
I don't hate that much.
Last fall, everyone dies.
So my complaint, I think Kotomi arc is also fine. I'm whatever on Kotomi as a character, though I really thought Tomoyo is like really strong in just this arc, and I was very surprised at the end of that arc nothing happens between the two of them, because it's like really like he's like, I remember you, oh my god, I love you so much, and Kotomi was like, I remember you too, or I love you too so much, we're fucking besties, and then like nothing happens. But I think the middle of Kotomi arc is actually kind of boring, personally. Like, it's really good Tomoyo character development, and that's really strong, but like not a lot of things happen in the middle. I just really like the backstory reveal and the beginning of it. But this is my opinion. Speaking of opinions, Jeffy, you're next.
All right. I like this arc more than the other ones. This is probably like top 3 of the arcs.
Mm-hmm.
For me.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed something that like when she first prepares him a meal
mm-hmm.
in the library, it's like, oh, I just made this because I thought you might come today, and you did. So here's your portion of my lunch.
Mm-hmm.
You bully.
She, because she thought he would come, she specifically baked the same pastry dish, which was the pastry that they ate when they first met in the flashbacks.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't notice that.
No, I didn't know that either.
Oh, I did.
I screen capped it and sent it to Sliffy.
Oh, I mean, that also did help.
Cheater! Cheater!
I knew it before he said it in my defense, but I agree.
Yeah.
No, it's a lie. I totally did not remember. I even said it in Jeffy's thing. I had no idea. It was a good call,
And,
Jeffy.
You bastard.
It was that it's that super attention to detail, and it was heart wrenching that she's running from her past straight to books to bury herself into her family's research project that she thought she burned. It was a roller coaster of emotions, and I liked it. Herself, I'm surprised in episode 24 in that AU episode that they talked about how she graduated like top 4 grades in the class, the kicking girl, the delinquent girl.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't even mention how she would probably be top 4 in the nation, while Kotomi would probably be top 1 in the nation.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But they don't even mention that. They robbed her of her moment.
I know. Come on, game designers.
Yeah. So there's just that discrepancy, but I overlooked it. But personally, nah, don't date her. She's bland and boring.
Dang.
I liked her arc and stuff, but personality-wise, it's like, all right, I'll be in the same room as you, and you cooked me something. All right. Cool.
Sorry.
Nice.
But yeah.
Back to the 50s with this one.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Dang.
No, she'll do your research and stuff, but I don't see like actually enjoying your time with her compared to like, or just good conversation. I don't know. I didn't ship them, so I'm fine with them not ending together.
Fair.
I agree.
Very
I agree.
fair. Okay. I'm gonna go with John next, if that's cool. And John's comment. This whole situation is very cute, but it made me kind of hate Tomoya a little bit more, because who fucking forgets saving someone from a fire? The fact that she remembers him and was holding on to those feelings, but was not able to tell him, gives me the To the Moon vibes, if any of you played that game. And in that game, I cried hard. This arc pulled on my heartstrings and was the second most emotional arc for me. That was John. Speaking of John, Leslie, you're next. That was a great segue, I know.
It's all good. So I'm gonna be completely honest here. This was the arc where I spaced out the most, and it probably shouldn't have been because, yeah, it is probably one of the more emotional arcs. But Jesus Christ, Tomoya, how the hell do you forget about fucking burning buildings and crap? Like, what the heck? That was my reaction, and after all of that, I just kind of tuned out the rest of the arc because I'm like, there's no way. Why? And those are my
Drinking
thoughts.
his dad's vodka, clearly, and he's forgetting everything.
Big sip boy.
Clearly.
Yeah, that means more.
All right.
My headcanon.
They were 10 and they knew each other for a week. I don't know about you, but I didn't know my friends' last names that well, especially after 1 week while I was 10.
I'm on
So
Jeffy's side.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm
It's
on
not
that
like
one.
you could have just Googled them. Who was this woman or girl?
Who lived
Also,
at this house?
This is like back before internet was super big.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as you see, nobody has a cell phone or anything.
Mm-hmm.
But in context, like, he literally was going over to that house regularly. You would think after the fire he might have, still stopped by once.
7 days isn't enough to be regularly.
He came over in the middle of the night.
Also, trauma and shit. You probably don't want to look up something that just happened.
I mean, I know most kids, they come after us and look at shit that went wrong like the day after just to figure out.
Yeah, but like
Yeah, but they hit
looking
the
at a
internet.
bug, looking
You don't
at a
have
bug
to do
versus
this.
like flaming building, slightly different.
I mean, fair enough, I guess. I'm just not gonna fight it anymore.
Yeah, he totally should have went and got a newspaper clipping at the age of 10 to finally say,
No!
"Oh, this house burned down. Now I'll know forever."
You're saying as a kid, when something went wrong, you never snuck back to where the thing was at, like a police tape or something?
I don't know. As a kid, I never looked at flaming buildings.
I know. I
also
can't relate
true.
to that.
But anyway, sorry,
Well,
Leslie. We
yeah.
interrupted you big on that one.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, come on, Chris.
I just get passionate. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry, Leslie, whenever you're ready. If you still exist. Okay.
Leslie?
Leslie?
Oh, I'm sorry. Something went weird.
I was like, is this a spacing out during Tonomi arc joke right here going on?
No, sorry about that.
No,
Can
you're
you
fine.
repeat what was going on? I apologize.
We basically argued like children for a bit, and then we were like, sorry for interrupting you. Please go ahead.
Oh no, I was already
That's
done.
fact.
Oh, sweet.
That's fine.
Okay. I think Dobler is last on this one, and I don't remember what he wrote, so give me 1 second. Kotomi. The line how she said she saw a rabbit, then deer, then Okazaki is really good. Then she says it like 1,000 times, so it's not as much. When the reveal happens, it's devastating, but it's just so disjointed. It doesn't feel real, feels too easy, almost relative to everything. Why was she left alone? We regret what happened to them. They died in a plane crash. This doesn't gel. How did the suitcase freaking do the letter in the bottle thing? If they didn't die at impact, wouldn't there have been a rescue team? Why didn't people just mail the suitcase? The real stars of this act are Kyo and Ryo. Kyo playing matchmaker for Ryo. It's absolutely adorable. As always, Thob was correct. No downside to the statement, obviously. Kyo is best girl, as proven by everyone, but we won't even get to that because it's basically fact.
I second a lot of points in that argument.
That's my boy. But
One time we can't argue with Dobler. He's right.
Yeah, I mean, Dobler has always been right when it comes to certain topics. No denyings here.
No, I thought it was a little too easy of an out with the you didn't burn your parent. Like, I wanted her to like live with that weight.
Yeah, I thought it would have been really good, honestly speaking, if it was better that way. But, gotta get that lovey-dovey light orbs.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else have anything else on Kotomi's arc before we continue on?
Only the fact that I thought she was dead for like 3 episodes. I was watching it and she wasn't coming out of her room, and they kept looking up there. I'm like, if they find her like dead body, I'm just gonna be done.
That was so good when they all are pulling the grass. That was like
they're doing
one of
all
the
this
highlights.
I'm like, is this gonna be like all for nothing? And I was just like, kind of watching it just to see what happened to her.
Mm-hmm.
And then she came out, and I'm like, is this a dream? Is this a ghost? Are we going back to the ghost shit? Is she dead? And no.
This is a ghost anime.
I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, Chris is right. Given that the theme already was ghost related, I kind of felt that way for like a few minutes, and I'm like, no, they can't kill more people.
So you thought 3 of the girls in this anime were dead at one point?
Well, yeah. Well, I thought 2 of them were dead. One of them turned out to be dead, who I did not think was dead. To go for your my ghost hunting skills, they're not very good.
It's a ghost anime. It's okay.
I'm not very good at hunting them, apparently.
Well, I'm going to continue on if that's cool with y'all.
Mm.
So, I guess I should ask: is anyone else have anything else to add on the arc of Kotomi?
Nope.
Cool. Let's go to Tomoya next. Let's talk about Kyo and Ryo because it's a good segue off of what Dobler said. Your thoughts on the twins? This is the arc basically where Tomoya enters Tomoyo's house. I'm gonna get their names confused because they're so similar. And then she's like, "Hey, help me win the election. Also, I'm gonna enter your room and cook breakfast for you." And then instead, Tomoyo was like, "I love Nagisa because she got fucked up at the pool." And get fucked thoughts, or not pool, tennis match thing. Get fucked thoughts, and everyone was like, "Damn." But before the damn happens, Kyo and Ryo were like, "Let's get some fucking dick, and let's talk about them." Let's start with you, Chris. Your thoughts on these 2 characters?
Well, I mean, the younger sister's kind of like wallpaper.
Yeah.
She has a fortune-telling gimmick
Milk
that appears
toast.
once. Yeah, she is the milk toast of the anime.
Why is it every chat?
We learned a new word, and we're very proud of ourselves.
Damn. That's a harsher burn than I could ever give to you guys.
The younger sister's like entire romance for him is stupid. She has like no character, no reason, no motivation.
Mm-hmm.
She's just like, there's this cute guy in the back of class, and I like him.
Mm-hmm.
So I was
Sometimes
really
sometimes that's all the reason you need.
It's true.
Yeah.
I too have been thirsty in my life.
yeah. Okay.
Wait,
but,
why do you fucking believe that?
No, I didn't enjoy watch. I like the matchmaker schemes and how I was pretty much watching them to fail because this was not my ship. I was not hoping it would sail.
Mm-hmm.
When we moved to Tomoyo though, that was my shit.
So okay. Well, we will talk about Tomoyo very shortly.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
one moment.
So that's all I have to say about them.
Cool. Why don't we go to Mickeal next?
Older twin, best character, only because she's a badass, but not like overly aggressive.
Wait, what?
I know it's
okay. She's overly aggressive, but she's not like overbearingly over aggressive.
She only tried to run him over once, Chris. Come on.
Yeah.
Twice.
And the second time's an after story.
But see, that's my point. Is they okay? Yeah. In the original series, it doesn't happen as much as it doesn't become a trope that she does it constantly. As she kind of calms down, you see a little bit of character growth in her. Like she also just is normal, like acts like a normal teenage girl in comparison to everyone else.
Violent.
See, I don't even have to agree or disagree with Mickeal because Mickeal is right in this scenario. Obviously, the facts don't matter. The opinions are what counts.
I was often assaulted by teenage girls in high school as well.
I can believe that actually.
Not true, but I'm just trying to make a point.
Me too. Sweats.
Yeah, and then the younger sister's just typical younger sister. My only complaint I really saw is these are the exact same like sister scenario in Lucky Star.
Oh, here we fucking go.
Color.
Lucky Star, we going there?
Yeah, here we fucking go, guys.
Oh God,
What's wrong
no!
with Lucky Star.
You know what you did wrong.
Thanks for joining, Dobler.
It's a good series.
Oh, okay, let's talk about a good series and not Lucky Star.
Yeah, let's go back to Clannad.
Okay, fine. I don't feel bad that the younger sister Riel didn't get the chance to confess her feelings and all that stuff because there are plenty of opportunities and her sister didn't even try to take the extra initiative to do it for her because I would assume that's what would have led down the road to actually confessing herself. But her loss.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, main character didn't get the best girl anyway because that's the street fighting, ass kicking student council president.
Oh, I got betrayed last fucking second.
There we go.
How
there
fucking
we go.
dare you, Mickeal?
No, there we go,
How
Mickeal. You know it.
Dare you?
You're my hero again.
Oh, by the way, club news. I think we're down to 6 people coming up shortly. So
You can make it 5 because I'm on this page.
Oh, fuck it.
Yeah.
You know what? It might actually be stronger for the group, I feel. We'll talk about this later. Anything else to add, you fucking traitor?
Nope. I'm just so glad you're mad at me.
That's what I fucking thought. Maybe if you speak last, I hear some good facts from Leslie. Leslie?
Yes?
Hey, what are your opinions on the twins?
I did not like the younger twin. I felt she was a vehicle for plot, and that's it.
Yeah.
And I hope she gets run over.
Damn!
Sister.
This is a spicy topic right now.
I did like the older sister.
Yeah.
I liked her, but I don't think she was for Tomoya. I think she and the little blonde best friend should have gotten together because that could have been a really interesting throwdown. And I'm not talking of I know there's another girl involved. It's like the silver-haired girl that was apparently involved in gang shit and gang stuff.
Yeah,
the best girl.
She was cool, but I mean, I wanted to see a thing between the blonde kid, the older twin, and that just this weird triangle going around, this weird violent triangle.
What was blonde guy's
now we know
name
what
again?
Leslie's in.
That's with an S.
Rio. What did they call him? Rio? Who the fuck was Rio?
No, it's not Rio.
Yuhei.
Is it Yuhei?
Yes.
Yeah, Yuhei. I'm looking at the list right now. I have a character list open at every meeting.
Yeah, I think I forgot
Clearly,
to write
I just wanted to turn this slice of life anime into a shonen because I was kind of bored.
Punch. Okay.
Oh, Can I jump in really quick on something?
Sure, what up?
So it didn't dawn on me until way later, or in the Fuko arc. But Fuko literally calls out a blonde hair Yuhei out for not having normal colored hair. They all have fucking weird colored hair.
Maybe in this reality, that's a normal color hair.
I mean, I feel like you could take the dark blues and the browns, like dark blue to be black and brown to be. I mean, brown's
Fuko
the
has
normal
green
color.
hair.
She's a fucking ghost specter.
Yeah, no one sees her. Come on.
And the twins have purple hair.
And maybe
I
in this
always
reality, it's
interpret
normal.
that as black, but because that's how often do you actually see black hair in anime?
Yeah.
A lot.
You don't, because it's hard to animate.
Yeah.
It's a
I've
boot.
also come to accept it because if everything was hyper realistic, it would be a lot harder to be able to easily decipher characters from one another.
By the way, doesn't Fuko have brown hair?
Yeah.
No, she
I
has
think
green
so.
hair.
It's pretty
I
sure
thought
it's
she
brown
did.
hair. It's
Looks brown to me.
it's been a hot minute, but I'm gonna Google it. 1 second.
I'm looking at her. She looks. I don't know. It's green tingy, maybe.
Anyways, we'll talk about this more later.
I mean,
Anything else from my 4-member club currently?
I could believe a ghost hair. It's
Alright.
green.
I made my rant.
Well,
You good?
Leslie, anything else you want to add before we continue on?
nope, I'm good.
Jeffy, hit me up.
All right, let's see. What do I have? So the older sister is the best, and this is
Yeah.
hard for me because Kyo is the best, but also Tomio is the best, and
Uh-oh.
it's really hard.
Uh-oh. Jeffy, don't Romeo
No,
and Juliet at me right now.
They both, for me, would be good matches, but
Fine, fair. I can respect that.
mostly it's because I like Fuyo because unlike both of the characters are good X sounds with both of these characters. So it would balance him out, which is why I ship them both.
Jeffy, can you... Sorry.
But
Jeffy, can you
also,
interrupt for 1 second? Jeffy.
they both support Tomiya, I think, more than the other ones. Instead of just like wishing good on them, like trying to convince him he's not a delinquent. Like a girl would be great, would like to date you, saying things like that. But that was mostly matchmaking. But I don't know. She was referring. Fuyo was referring to herself in my heart when
Jeffy.
she said, "Date you."
Can I ask
What?
a big favor, and I highly apologize to you right now?
Move my mic
No,
closer.
no, not even. I accidentally kicked my Ethernet cord in the middle of at the beginning of your conversation, so I didn't get the first beginning of it. Can you repeat the beginning one more time?
To summarize, the Fuyo and Tomoyo are good pairs for Tomoya because what Tomoya lacks is drive and direction in his life,
Mm-hmm.
and that is something abound with both Kuyo and Tomoyo,
Perfect.
and they would bring balance to his life.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
And then they were very supportive of him, saying like, "You're not a delinquent. A girl will be happy to date you." Things of that nature. Going and making sure he's up and going to school on time. He naturally sacrifices himself to help others, and then they saw that and reflected it back and was doing it to him, and I loved it.
Small boy. Good character analysis. Speaking
But
of...
that's... I have more.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry. My bad. I apologize. That was rude of me.
The younger twin is boring.
Yeah.
Yeah, get wrecked.
Her characterization is that she likes fortune telling.
And then she
That's
never
not.
does it.
That's not. That's like a gamer girl. Like that's not a persona. That's not an. That's not a.
Wait,
not a
wait,
character.
Wait,
That's
should we mention
something you
gamers?
attach on.
The hands
Anyone
don't
who
stop.
just used as a hobby as this is me.
This is a lot of fire. I'm not gonna lie right now.
But also the anime itself made a super sexist comment saying women naturally like fortune telling.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
And I find it to be super sexist. Women don't. Fortune telling isn't just liked by women. It's liked equally men and women.
Breach.
It's just they're stupid.
Tell
Like if you're stupid, then you're naturally inclined to like fortune telling. That's
Damn.
how it works. Not
He
not
keeps
sex gender.
throwing hands, guys.
But Jeffy, you have to believe in the heart of the cards to get it.
No, see, that's magic.
That's believing in luck.
This is like Clannad talk, not a massacre. Slow down, everyone.
But for the Tomoyo, these are the reasons. Yeah, I'm done. I have nothing else to add about the arc and those characters.
Very fair. I guess I will speak John stuff next. And I scroll up because it was in the other section. Sorry, John. I'll be honest. I did not pay too much attention to these two when they were on screen. They haven't done too much of note at this point in other series, other than Kyo kicking the shit out of Sunahara and putting Tomoyo in awkward situations. That's John. He's dead to me. And then I think Dobler or something, but I think he like put it into the Fuku arc or something. So let me check real fast. He really did not. So I'm sorry, Dobler. I'm skipping you right now. Cool. Is that cool on Kyo and Ryo? And we're going on to Tomoyo. Sweet.
Sure.
Chris, you have slight opinions on this character. Why don't you go first?
I thought it was the three of them. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
No, you're good.
Tomoyo arc.
Yeah. It's the Tomoyo arc for sure. So you're good on that.
You're good.
On the character herself, Christopher, you may go first if you so incline.
Yeah. All right, I will. She's just like the best girl. Like I feel as she's written for Tomoya. Like they both have like a shared past of being like kind of an outcast delinquent. I mean, he's not some sort of like godlike street brawler, but he doesn't give a shit about school, and he's looked down by his peers just like she is, and they're both turning their life around. So as far as her liking him, it's just the most reasonable, understandable like pairing in the entire show. And I know you guys have like some sort of like love for Kyo, and it's fine. You're wrong, but it's fine. You guys go date her, not for my boy Tomoyo or Tomoya.
Well,
Whichever's the guy.
He doesn't even get her either, so eat my fucking ass.
That's why there's an extra chapter 24, so we can all be right.
And then that's
They're
why...
so close that their names are only a letter apart.
I know, right? It's like they're almost the same person. They should just date already.
Spoiler alert, episode 48 is another story with
Is it? I didn't watch that one.
Yeah, it's
I saw it coming up, and I had to go for a walk, and I never went back.
Yeah, 48, it's like for some reason it goes back in time to back when they're in school, and it's him and Kyo.
Oh fuck! And then maybe this is why I'm not on this train. I didn't watch that episode. But anyways, yeah, they make the most sense, and I don't know, I can't get past that. And that she's just like, I don't know, beat him up, daddy. That's it. That's the end of my statement. I lost my train of thought.
Let me ask you one thing before you switch topics. What do you think of the another episode?
It was really, really, really good. It had that like, it didn't try to do some sort of like love versus all like angle. Tomoya was his practical, like pragmatic self, and when they came back together at the end, it was just like, I don't know, heartwarming and tear invoking, and I loved it because it was definitely the best way to run that relationship.
Very fair.
I don't know why he just stopped dating for like a whole year. I guess I could see why, but
habits to some people.
Because it felt like more than a year passed by the time they were back together. So it would have been 2 years, wouldn't it?
No,
it would have been 2.
No, because isn't it during the place that Okazaki's still... Not Okazaki, Tomoya is still a senior?
Yeah, I said, yeah, Tomoya would have been a senior, she would have been a year under him, so it would have been 2 years, right?
No, she didn't graduate. Only he graduated.
Yeah, no, but at the end of the entire show, she's graduated and they're getting together.
In the another episode?
Yeah.
No, she didn't graduate in the another episode yet.
Oh, I thought she did.
No, she said
I thought she graduated the school, and that's why it's like we can be together now.
Okazaki graduated, but she said that she'd wait for him or whatever. Or reverse that, I don't remember.
No,
I thought this was the post-wait and they were getting together. I must have just misinterpreted it.
Well, it's an alternate ending, and she was going out to college, and he said, "I'll follow you wherever."
I'm not gonna lie. I thought for sure.
So it was 2 years after.
I thought Jeffy for sure was gonna say it's another ending, so it doesn't really fucking matter. Shut the fuck up.
But yeah, All right, it makes sense. It was like 2 years after their breakup, a year and a half, whatever.
Well,
The gap of time for him to kind of be like moping around was a little long, I thought, but
mhm.
I don't know.
It wasn't
was
moping
just,
around. He was becoming self-sufficient, getting to class on time, and doing his work.
I mean, he never stopped moping after that. He was always kind of just like sad puppy.
Anything else, Chris, or should I?
No, my train of thought crashed a while ago. I've been running on fumes.
Nice. I guess I'll go with Dobler next, with slight disagreements with you.
Fuck Dobler.
I know,
again.
am I right? Tomoyo's good too, I guess. It doesn't just hit the next tier for me. The talk of family serves to advance the plot, but it hurts, and without any foreshadowing or knowing her brother, it can't have the impact that the best arcs of the story have. Much like Katomi arc, the most memorable moment isn't about Tomoyo, it's about the moment where Okazaki cuts off the tennis player and takes care of Nagisa himself. And all the other girls realize that Okazaki likes Nagisa, and Kyo and Ryo break down in sob face. So much from a few minutes of animation. That's Dobler's thoughts. I guess I'll say John's while I'm on this topic of talking to myself. One sec. John's thing. Tomoyo is cool. It's really strange, but as soon as Tomoyo is cool, and it's really strange, but as soon as Tomoyo started going to Tomoyo's house to wake him up, and when Tomoyo took the fall and got suspended for Tomoyo, I started to think that there's something there, but if Nagisa's not in the picture, it would have been a super cute way for them to fall in love. But then the end of 18 happened, and I said out loud, I guess we're locked into this ending now. My thoughts in the other episode. Sorry to interrupt. I'm so glad this episode happened because it gave me a cool what-if scenario that probably doused gasoline on the fires that is Tomoyo shippers. That glasses dude needs to go fuck himself. When I saw him go up to both of them and tell Tomoyo he stopped seeing Tomoyo, I just sat there asking, who do you think you're calling trash, low-quality trash? Definitely super cute episode. It makes me want to see the rest of it. Also, by the way, John is no longer in our club due to these opinions, so remember him fondly while you can.
John has the best shipping skills, and you just need to live up to that.
I'm gonna let John know via Facebook Messenger that he is formally kicked out due to popular demand.
Wow.
Nice.
We had a vote.
Yeah. While we're typing this out, why don't you go next, Mickeal?
So I liked her as a character. I like how she struggles with her, great skill and mastery of the arts. I like that he finally did something proactively with Shuei and someone else, because usually it's just Shuei just being awkwardly there. This last couple episodes, I really, 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 really wished it had went the way of the Other World episode. They were a nice idea couple, and as soon as the episode started, I was feeling like, yeah, good stuff, not generic bullshit. Then the asshole with the glasses was like, hey, dude, you shouldn't date her. You're holding her back. And then the guilt trip run just ram right in the face the whole episode. It felt very shitty, and it's the one other time I felt bad in this goddamn show.
Dang. Got him.
You're supposed to feel bad. That's the show.
No, but I was told this whole it was supposed to make me feel bad all the time. It just
I don't think it's possible for any show to make you feel bad all the time.
Have you watched Anohana?
No, I only watch good anime. Sorry.
Oh, you can shut your whore mouth.
I've heard good things about that one.
Yeah, Chris, if you ever want something to rip at your heart and make you feel like you should change in your life, it's that anime.
No, that's a mighty task. Me change? Fuck you.
No, but I think she's one of the most convicted and strong characters in the series. I mean, she has a goal, she has what she wants, she has a bad story. Even in the alternate story, she still goes and pursues what she wants to pursue despite not being the happiest moment in her day in her life because of what's going on. So she's still, as far as I'm concerned, best girl.
Amen. Preach.
Just saying, you're on Mickeal's side, and Mickeal, you're on Chris's side. So who's the real winner and loser?
When we can agree. Mickeal and I hardly agree on things, so
I know.
that's how we know we got the truth coming out here.
You guys don't talk to each other as far as I'm concerned in my headcanon.
Oh, wow. How you know we didn't collab this opinion?
It's true. Leslie, you're next.
Okay, I'm just kind of
Yeah.
scrolling down here. Okay, so Nagisa's arc started off very slow.
Not Nagisa. Tomoyo.
Oh, Tomoya.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You're good.
I don't remember this arc.
Yeah, with reason, obviously. But if I were to explain it, it's basically, Tomoyo is trying to be class president to save the cherry trees, and then, she keeps visiting, the main character's house to be like, yo, don't be a delinquent, wake up. And at the end of it, while she's trying to get votes by doing cool activities, protagonist saves Nagisa to get all that fucking cool protagonist karma points, and they get together instead.
Also, her bratty little brother tried to commit suicide to manipulate his parents.
Oh yeah, that's the backstory.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Okay, yeah. I completely blanked this arc out of my mind. I did watch episode 24, though, so I can talk about that. Yeah, so I remember that these things happened, but not necessarily registered that in my brain, so I apologize. But episode 24 was an interesting alternate ending, because it could have gotten so much worse than better, but honestly, I like that ending. I like the Nagisa ending, don't get me wrong. I'm totally okay that, that is the ending that the anime chose to have as its main ending. But I felt like this relationship had a little bit more depth to it with regards to that particular episode and ending. It was kind of bullshit, though, because he let other people dictate whether or not he was good enough for Tomoyo.
See,
that's not okay.
See, this is why I don't like the another episode pairing as much, because it's too much like cock blocky and too much like I know what's best for you, and then at the end they're like, JK, be cool, and that's like the thing for me opinion. So I agree with you a lot.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I do like the way it played out in the end, but it's just like if you guys would have talked to each other and actually flesh this out, you wouldn't have gone through all of this.
But they're teenagers.
Teenagers know how to communicate.
That's why I was cool.
Contrary to popular belief.
Sweats.
Freaking millennials.
Gosh darn
You're
it.
a millennial.
I know.
I mean,
I'm reminded of it every day at work, and yes, you do better than everyone else at work.
Get them, work. Fuck them up.
Technically, today's teenagers would be referred to as the I generation. So...
It's terrible. I'm sorry,
I don't know
teenagers today.
Yeah, millennials were born between 1980 and 95.
Yeah.
So, rip, we're millennials.
God.
Everyone else is I generation. But that's it for me.
Cool. Jeffy, did you want to add anything else? I know you had a talk before.
Yeah, about Tomoyo arc and the Another World episode.
Yeah.
I guess, like I chimed in that her brother was a little shit. I thought it was a nice arc because it dealt with some topics in the anime in general. When she brought up the topic of, do you think delinquents are just that way because they don't have like some skill that they can put their efforts into? And like if you're not, and he asked like, what do you think makes a delinquent to Tomoya? And he's like, well, I think it's if you don't have like a drive or a skill you can devote yourself to. And it also reflected that another thing is they're both the quote unquote, they had delinquent pasts because of their unsupported family, nuclear family, where one was always fighting and didn't care about them, and she just became very distant and fought in the streets, and he was just emotionally cut off from his father. So that is why. And then the exception to prove the rule in this is that you can just be an asshole delinquent, which was the yellow-haired Yohei. So that was the exception to prove the rule.
Preach. Fuck you.
But and I was worried a little bit with Tomoyo because if it wasn't for her backstory and what she's overcoming and stuff like that, she very easily could have fallen into the Mary Sue category, where every sport she is better than the boys in. She can beat up anyone, and she's the class president, and also graduates top 4 in her class, or in the nation. My bad, even better. So, but I was able to overlook it because of what she's dealing with and going through, and she devotes herself to other people, and she's not selfish. And her cause was the cherry trees. And she wanted the cherry trees because her brother was like, we should walk under the cherry trees every year. And she wants the cherry trees because she wants her family to stay together. And that is... Oh, she's just the best.
Are you crying, Jeffy?
No!
As he should be. This
You're
is best
crying.
girl, and Tomoyo was like cheated.
Ooh.
Yeah, basically.
I can have wrong
I agree
opinions
with
too.
the ending where, I mean, I could argue that like the arc of the episode was like distance, then coming back to each other, like, but it didn't settle right with me because it wasn't episode 23; it was episode 24, which makes it the alternate ending, and that is bullshit.
I still think alternate episode's not that good. I think y'all are crazy.
I think that I agree. It should have been 23 and rewritten to be the true ending and the good ending.
Preach.
This is what a toxic mind does to a person. Anyways, anything else, Jeffy, or you're all good?
No, I'm good.
Cool. I think that's everyone, right? I didn't miss anyone?
Think so.
Cool. Okay, then let's do the quote-unquote lasty archy, which I believe is the Nagisa arc. Why don't I start with a NPC right now, which is John. We'll just start with Nagisa's parents at first. I feel like that's the best way to do it. But Nagisa's parents are obviously very important for the Nagisa arc itself. So, John, before the arc began, I thought the relationship between these two and Nagisa was super cute, though the running gag of Akio covered for Sanai's bad cooking kinda got stale, but tisk. They were cool in their sacrifice of their careers for their daughter, but keeping it from her was not a good plan. More on that in the Nagisa discussion. Very fair, John. Why don't we start this one with Mickeal?
So I've been sitting back and trying to understand how this is doing worse in gamers than gamers was doing. Because we have a drama club that has spent almost 20 episodes and done no goddamn drama.
Yo, prep is hard, yo.
They didn't have the club yet.
I'm saying
They didn't have a drama club. They had people wanting to make a drama club.
Right. And then they had the people. They had enough people. They just
but the Nagisa got sick.
They need a teacher too, so they can start to.
Yeah, wasn't the old man gonna be there?
Nagisa got
student
sick.
Council,
and
the student council was roadblocking them.
Yeah, that happens at the end of Tomoyo arc. So like
literally the last arc. All right. Cool. That was just one of my big things. She's fine. I mean, she's a little like, I'm the quiet deadpan girl that has one dream and I don't know why I like it, but I want to do it my whole life and want to do it kind of moment.
We're talking about her parents, by the way.
Oh, her parents? Oh,
yeah.
I feel sorry for them.
Dang.
Dang.
They picked a bad setup for a stay-at-home job, just making random bread. I assume it's profitable enough to keep them afloat and listen to the cram school. But I always hate that scenario where, oh my goodness, my parents did this and something happened and they can't do it, but then I'm gonna do it and they sacrificed and I shouldn't do it because of all the stuff I'm taking advantage of kind of things. I liked them when I didn't know their past. When learned their past, I kind of just said, "Oh, I guess that's sad."
I'm gonna interrupt for a second because I heavily disagree with this statement right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they are way stronger fighting their backstory. I think they're like cute, goofy characters until you find their backstory, and they become really strong characters once you do.
Preach.
I mean, yeah, the dad makes a lot more sense, but the mother, I didn't like. Nothing changed for me in the mother knowing that she used to be a teacher.
Well,
I mean, also I've come from a background where both parents work, and that whole sick scenario does happen. Like, it just didn't hit me in an emotional point. I felt bad for dad because he completely had to abandon everything, but I felt there could have been other ways and other alternatives for their happiness to be achieved besides making rice cracker bread and stuff.
I mean, their business, to what we can see, is successful enough where they have no financial issues. So
Well,
I don't see the problem with this.
That's what I thought in the beginning, but knowing that they also work at a cram school, which is why I assume is most of the income.
I don't think so, because I'm pretty sure they only work it like once a week or something like that.
Yeah, but running a cram school, from what my history, knowing a few things from people being over there, is a huge moneymaker, even if done only once a week.
Well, it's not a cram school. It's like an elementary school tutoring.
Thank you.
See,
It's not like college. It's not like college or like high school prep school.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like
yeah, my
elementary
sub specifically called it a junior cram school.
Well, I mean, it might be called that, but it's not. It's not. One, they're different in America because it's not as monetized in Japan. But
Okay, all right. I mean, they're good people. I'm not saying that. They don't help add to her as a character. How do I say it? If they were their own individual couple and not have that child with a same dream as their father, I'd still enjoy them way more. I wouldn't have to have a child to connect them to.
I still heavily disagree. But it's not about us. It's all about Jeffy.
I think the arc really hammers in that this is a shonen harem slice of life where she doubts herself at the performance and has like stage fright, guilt.
Oh, side note, Jeff, let me cut you off. Am I the only one in my version that the father acknowledges that he has a harem?
I don't remember.
I don't remember this either. It's possible it happened.
In my dub, he refers to him as like, "Oh, you're not going to be around your harem." He tells main character this like.
I don't recall this in the sub, which is superior, so I can't tell you.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
All right, maybe it's just the version I was watching that probably was the issue.
Maybe I don't recall, but I do echo your sentiment that the mother could have been fleshed out to be a better character. Dad was a great character, or at least on par with the dad.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the mother gets a good enough characterization. I think she appears quite a bit.
Bad food.
Well, she's more than that.
Oh, I'm waiting.
Oh, jeez.
You on the spot now. You stepped in it.
I barely stated, like she also gives up her dream to be with her daughter. It's like, that's an admirable thing.
I know, and now, but it wasn't given the same weight as the dad. Is all I'm saying.
I disagree. Being a teacher is difficult, especially if it's your dream.
All right, where's the recordings that Nagase cries over her teaching classes?
I mean, it's different because it's directly involved with her being an actor at the time. If Nagisa was attempting to be a teacher at the time and then finds out her mother throws away her teaching job, she would be the same because she's directly trying to be an actor and finds out her dad stops being an actor. That's obviously more emotionally connecting.
All right.
Yeah, I could argue too, kids. But sorry, please go ahead.
This pastry tastes delicious. That's a good argument, Josh.
It's a good pastry. Don't get me wrong. Yes, it is all that the father does for like 20 scenes, so maybe he gets less characterization that he deserves.
I just really like his overacting in that. He was a good hammy father.
Yeah, no, I think he's really good too.
I just like him more.
To be.
I'm not knocking the ma. But like I said, it really hammers in that it's like a Nakama shonen where like the dad bursts in. It's like, I didn't give up my dreams. You're my dreams. Your happiness is my happiness. And then Tomoya pops in like, echo what he said.
Yeah.
And then she had the courage. It was super. Yeah.
Oh, can I ask one question?
No.
In my dub, there's a point where he asks the family, we can do 1, 2, or 3, right?
Yeah.
And the second option in my dub is Twitch.
Pretty sure it's not in the sub.
No.
So
I did not take any notes of any of the dub points that you have made so far. I'm sorry.
Okay, because I'm just like, did this show predict Twitch really early on or not?
Probably
Give
not.
me a screen cap, I'll let you know.
Okay, I'll go find it.
Go find that screen cap.
And there's Jeffy. Anything else to add on the parents?
The parents taking in Tomoya was fucking top notch of them to do. I really liked how they accustomed him to like a loving family. It's like, we say goodbye when we leave? Okay.
Yeah. No, I really liked the contrast. I thought it was really good.
Like him contrasting that with his super distant father, who mirrors what they are doing, but with no soul behind it. So I thought that was a really nice arc for that. But yeah, I'd say Nagisa's probably like third tier. Number 3 relationship with Tomoya. So,
Fair.
I mean, right after, like, I'm saying she's only slightly better than Yohi.
Dang.
As a ship.
Very fair.
Yeah.
Oh, is there anything else to add, or should I keep going?
Nah. About the parents, about the relationship, about the... to have it all turn out that the secret was that they gave up their dream. He specifically gave up his dream, and she gave up her dream for the kid. I also agree. Like, now you could have maybe I don't know. It's a little watery. I don't know how to describe it. Weak. Could have been better.
I still disagree on this, but we'll find out in a sec. I'm going to go to Chris unless you have another argument to make, Jeffy.
No, I'm good.
Okay, then Chris, your thoughts.
Are we just talking about the parents still?
Just the parents right now.
The first time I saw them, I fell in love with these parents. They are the best. Yeah, the second I saw like dad and work and just like their whole loving family dynamic, I was like, damn, now that's a family. But I don't know. I don't have any issues with them giving up their like dreams of their childhood to be there with their daughter. I mean, I feel like that's something that how could I fault them for that?
Well,
and I can understand where they're coming from. Like, if you are attributing your overworked schedule to the almost death of your like only child, like I don't know. I think it would be like cold to just be like, oh well, we're going back to work.
Maybe develop time management skills and not just.
I mean, I think that's very
it's
difficult
a different
to claim
work culture kind of thing.
Yeah, there's that too. Their careers are very not flexible for sure.
Yeah, there's Salaryman, which we've all read the stories of people like sleeping in the streets and dying of exhaustion. And oh wait, who wasn't a Salaryman? Sorry, actor.
Yeah, he's.
I don't know what his schedule is like, but I'm guessing it's demanding. And I don't know anything about teaching there actually. But if their schedules were so demanding that they couldn't give any free time, or at least get the free time in this instance, and they already had a child that's like sick and this happens to her regularly, like I don't know, I can't really fault them for leaving their jobs and wanting to take care of their daughter, because that's just good parenting in my opinion. Is there anything else we're hitting on right now?
Just the folks. Anything else to add?
No, that's about all I had to say about the folks.
Cool.
Come at me, bro.
Come at me, bro. But before that, Leslie, come at us. What you think?
So you guys have basically said everything I was going to say, except for the one thing. So I watched the dub.
Yes.
Because I have things to do.
Sure.
And I wanted to listen to it, even though it is horrendous.
Sure.
But the guy who voices the dad in the anime has the best line reads ever. And the dad, Nagisa's dad, was the reason why I kept watching this anime.
I will concur. Like from episode 1, you could tell that he had a theater background with how he delivered his lines.
Correct, and it was great.
Yeah, this character used to be in theater based on how hammy and overacty he is right now in every moment of his dialogues.
That's awful. Re-listen.
I should have taken some quotes, because I have a feeling that it wasn't like... Some of the things he said sounded like ad-libbing or just bad translation, but it was amazing. And that's all I have to really say about this arc, other than the fact, yeah, I like this ship. This was the ship I wanted to sail. I'm glad it sailed. Yay.
Yay. I guess I have to re-listen to this dub, because I'm not gonna lie, I really did not like anyone's voice in the dub, so I'll give him another chance.
I'm gonna hear Dad's voice, man. Dad's voice is
amazing. I definitely heard it, so I'll tell you that, but I'll give it
Dad's
another
voice
try.
is best.
I have a new one true pairing. It's Tomoya with Nagami's family. Having them as their parent, like that relationship of parent and kid.
Get him.
Number one ship.
It is really good. Hold on, I think Dobler is last, right? I don't think I said Dobler stuff, so 1 second.
Say John shit?
Yeah, I said at the beginning.
Okay, yeah.
Let's see, blah blah blah. Tsunohara. Tomoyo's father is simply trying to respect his son. No, that's someone else. Okay, I don't think John or Dobler wrote anything on this, so sorry, Dobler. If you did, I don't feel like reading it. Okay, cool. Then last person, and I think the last topic on Clannad, Nagisa, her relationship, and her arc in general. It involved a lot of the, before story stuff with the robot and whatever. And, her as a character, she's relevant throughout the entire series. Why don't we start with Chris?
I'd have to say this is the only arc I cried in. At that theater scene where she's clamming up, I'm just feeling so bad for her because she's wanted this for so long and she can't stop thinking about this bad thing that happened yesterday or this revelation that she came upon. And you just feel so bad for her, and Dad's not there, it's just Mom. Then Dad just comes busting in, and Dad's the best character in the whole show. He starts giving an inspirational speech, and I'm like, oh, you can't do this to me, I almost made it. And I just started bawling at my screen, and I'm like, I'm getting a little watery just thinking about the scene. And then like Jeff's right, Tomoya just comes on like, yeah, me too.
Yo,
I believe in you as well.
Yeah, duh.
Daddy Sama's right. But the relationship pairing is definitely the one that we're being steered towards from the start, and they were right to pick it as the main pairing. I mean, at least for the story they're telling.
Yeah.
I don't know how many different arcs or branches go on in Clannad, because of course I hate VNs and I'm never gonna play it.
Sure. Dobler wrote 14, so I don't know if they're equal length or not, but
okay,
that's what Dobler wrote.
Alright, well, if there's 14 and this is one they chose, I like this one. And I can't say the same about the others because I know nothing about them.
Very fair.
Except that extra stories are really just the endings to their arcs, then.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain.
Okay.
Okay.
Where's the library chick's extra story? Come on now. Yeah. And what's with that guy with the fucking, never mind.
Okay.
Different part.
Yes, yeah, I know what you're talking about, but I'm not going to
You know where I'm going.
Yeah, for sure. Why don't we go to Leslie next? If you have anything else to add.
So,
I know you
I liked...
Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. I liked Nagisa's arc in general. It basically spanned the entire anime. Her relationship with Tomoya... with the main character boy.
There you go.
You had it, Tomoy.
No, it's just Tomoyo or Tomoya. Gosh darn it. Why did they have to name two characters the same thing?
I know, there's an OTP and a second TP.
Yeah. But I thought the relationship was really sweet. I thought it was very fleshed out, especially when he started living with her family. It was meant to be. He needed to be with Nagisa at the end. Though the fact that it went like completely innocent kind of bothered me. But then again, high school, whatever. They're not gonna be weird.
And I will tell you, next arc, not as innocent. Just tell you right now.
Awesome.
Oh, you mean after story?
Yeah.
Dang, maybe I'll actually watch that.
Nice.
I mean, nobody's grabbing no nookie on screen.
Yeah, just to clarify, it's not like it goes from this to murder or something. But
I was like,
oh goodness, no.
too dark.
Yeah, just to clarify, I'm not like saying it's like edgy shit from now on, but.
But no, like that arc was the second time I cried.
Very fair.
Was it when Dad read in to be a hero?
Yeah. And it was just like, you go, Dado. You and your great voice actor.
I'm with you, and I'm like, man, you're the best.
That was
my
that
daddy,
was a really good scene.
Oh my god.
Anything else, Leslie?
Nope, that's it.
Okay, then why don't we go to Mickeal next?
So, yes, he's first girl, so she has to be last girl. I don't know. I'd never. She is the best supporting character for the main character, but she really doesn't do much and isn't interesting to me in the long term. Yes, she fulfills something and finds, that she's a good asset. I use asset loosely to the story.
Okay.
She definitely helps the main character out of his situation, and I think that's the main reason they end up together more than anything else. Like, yes, he gets protective of her in one instance, and that like seals the deal. But if not for that one moment, I'm pretty sure it'd been fine, and they would have just been friends the rest of the series, except for having an excuse to not live at his own house anymore.
I mean, you say that like in a very loose way, but like that's still a really big deal.
I mean, that's how I just felt like the relationship ended up being. It's like it's definitely it's a better scenario. I moved on to have a better life, so I'm moving with you. And then because we're moving together and we spent so much time together, I kind of have feelings for you.
Well, I mean, I feel like are pretty established. It's like episode 1.
Yeah. At the end of the Tomoyo arc, it's pretty there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like I don't see outside of knowing that she likes theater. I don't see that they've ever expressed a lot of things in common or something that they like of each other.
They have fun together.
Yeah.
I mean,
they enjoy each other's company. They don't need a common interest.
They have a lot of one-on-one time in the Fuku arc, for sure.
Well, yeah. Well, that's because,
they don't want to see Fuku, basically, so.
That arc where they forget all their one-on-one time.
My heart. Yeah, anything else, Mickeal? Sorry.
Oh, no, just... she's more of a blank slate than main character kind of is to me. That's just it. Other than that, she's alright. Also, I found that screenshot about Twitch, and I just found the one about Harem.
Hot.
Nice. Proud of you. Feel free to post it in the chat. And while you're doing that, I'll say John's line next. One sec. John. So I'm kind of conflicted on this because this whole family is traumatized, making them all fucked up a lot. I understand why Akio didn't tell Nagisa about everything, like aspiring to be an actor, but he could have helped her with other drama-related stuff. I can't be mad at this arc because how else is drama/plot supposed to form in progress? Nagisa keeps putting problems on herself and keeps putting herself in a childlike state of mind. Seriously, enough with Dango. I still liked her arc, the emotional roller coaster that it is, though. John's
Dango.
No!
No, we should have all sang it at the intro.
You probably did. Oh, that was so good. We'll edit it. It'll be great. Just kidding. Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah, we can exit with it or some dumb shit like that. But Jeffy, you're next.
And unmuted.
Cool.
So this was just on those last the relationship arc in general.
Yeah, just like your thoughts on Nagisa, the arc in general. Anything else you want to wrap up because this is the last thing anyway. So.
Nah, I don't have much else to add.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I felt. Well, episode 23 was bad.
You didn't like 23?
Nah, the Yuhei, like the fantasizing. Well, the Yuhei's little sister playing matchmaker for them to go on a date for their first kiss.
Oh, that
or
was
just holding
23.
hands.
That was okay. So we're thinking 22.
Oh yeah.
What are we thinking? The real last episode.
Because in your arc you have 19 to 22.
Yeah,
you discuss 24. No one has yet to discuss 23.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a bad episode.
Yeah, I didn't.
I know. That's why I brought it up.
Oh yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
I forgot about that one.
Real talk. Me too.
I mean, I thought since Josh skipped it that we weren't supposed to watch it. That's how bad it was.
Well, I just didn't put it because it doesn't fit with any arc. But
yeah, because it's that's why I said 24 should have been 23 and then written to be better and the true ending.
Oh, I thought you just wanted Tomoyo to be the OTP. That's
yeah, real talk. Me too.
Well, that was part of it. I have multitudes. Thank you.
Yeah. Very fair, Jeffy. Anything else to add?
No. I till this day I still don't know Kyo or Tomoya. It's still hard for me.
Yeah.
In more ways than one.
Well, I'll end with Dobler. Well, actually, I'll say Dobler's last line during overall thoughts. I think that's everyone else, right? I didn't miss anyone? Sweet. I guess my quick thoughts is I think Nagisa is second best ship, and I agree with Chris on that. This was definitely the best path to take. So cool. Okay. Overall thoughts. I will start with John. I'll wait for the NPCs. I will start with Jeffy.
What's this? End
overall,
and then
rating.
Yeah.
Oh, 8.5.
Cool.
Yeah, it's not perfect, but it's dang near close to like a 9.
Mm-hmm. Very fair. I'll go with Dobler next because he wrote a cool ending, in which I will butcher because I'm the best at that. So it's about Tomoyo's father, basically, and it's clear to be rewatching that Tomoyo's father is simply trying to respect his son and is trying to make things up to him, but Tomoyo can't see it that way, and it hurts. Tomoyo, I'm glad it was you, to Nagisa. Another instance, so many meanings in one sentence. A child's dream is their parents' dream. Our dream is to watch you live out your life. We didn't give you your dream. We just made your dream into ours. That's what parents are.
Father's whole last monologue.
It goes on and on and on, basically, about this monologue, so on and so forth.
It's such a good monologue.
But basically, he says that this is like an American theme, so he was surprised to see it in Japanese anime. And it's a thing that the main character's father doesn't do, so it's a very interesting contrast. So basically, to summarize, he poses the question: what's his force cup? Is it the same for Ozaki's dad? Is his dad really a shit? Is it not? Watch the after story. Winky face. Overall, though, 9 out of 10. Watch after story. And that's Dobler's thoughts. Why don't we go to Leslie's thoughts next?
So I'm going strictly by the dub because I know maybe that's not exactly right, but I'll give this anime around probably a 7. It was enjoyable. It was harmless in a lot of spots. It gave me a lot of laughs and a lot of tears. Mm-hmm. And I'm interested now to watch After Story.
I'm surprised, actually, because I really thought you'd be a little bit lower, so I'm glad to hear. Very interesting.
I originally was going to be lower, and then I started talking about it. I'm like, you know what? Lower anime for me would not elicit any response from me at all. Mm-hmm. But this actually did, so that's why I went a little higher.
Very fair. Mickeal, you're next.
So clearly, like Chris, I have superior taste in picking my end shipping.
Ooh, don't rope me in until you say what you're going to say. I'll tell you if you're like me.
All right. But given all dating series that I've watched, this has been one of the better ones. I see why people enjoy it and liked it. And even though I sped through it, I felt like it was a good like super not generic scenario. I just don't like the end shipping, and if we just ended, somewhere around 18, 19, we'd be fine. Even jumped over to episode 24. I've been told it gets more sad if I keep watching, and that's the challenge, I guess, at this point. I'm probably going to watch more of it because someone's given me all the episodes and wants to see me suffer. That isn't Josh.
Good hey, wink.
But I'm gonna give it, and I think I'm feeling very generous in what I'm giving, a 6.5.
Higher than I expected, admittedly.
I was gonna give it a 5.5, but I said, constructive wise, like they actually answered and solved a lot of things, and not even one was super bland as it possible. Also, they leave the dad story in the background because we already know that we're not supposed to like dad, so fuck them.
Fair.
What? Oh, that dad. I was like, what dad you talking about?
I'll go next. I give it a 7.5. I really like a lot of aspects of Clannad. Some minor disagreements with other things. The big pro that I have with it, though, is that I really like the fact that the canon-ship is established halfway into the series. I usually assume these dating like things, like the last episode is like they get together and like the series cuts and like the logo comes up Clannad and that's it. But the fact that there's another season after this, I think it's really cool that it actually builds off their relationship. So yeah, a lot of big pros about it. I have some minor cons. I think the pacing is a little bit weird sometimes, even for a slice of life. I actually never cried during season 1, so I guess I have no soul apparently. Yeah, I only cried, and by cried I mean watery tear. I didn't like saw everything during one part and after story. But
I only cried at the after story because of rage.
Got him. But yeah, 7.5 for me. You, Chris?
I had no idea. I've kind of been like avoiding this series. I don't know why, really. Like I'd see it on like top anime lists when I'm getting bored and I'm like looking for something to start, and I'm like, maybe not. People had told me it's like soul crushing, and I'm like, okay, fun. Level of soul crushing is definitely for the casual only.
Yeah.
It was heartfelt and warm, and it did make you feel things, but no, my soul's fine. if it's still there. I don't know. It had like a better MC than most harem animes, which definitely is. The characters were for the most part enjoyable. The only one I probably didn't enjoy being fortune teller girl, whose name I can't even remember. There she is. Like everyone else, like fulfilled like their job and they did it all well. No, I guess I'll give it a 9. It's pretty good.
Ooh.
Wow.
Cool. Actually, I'm not surprised, but I'm still nice.
I'm taking it as a whole as well. So I'm gonna cheat.
Fair.
Like, I don't feel like I can grade the first half without the second half now.
Yeah.
But Josh knows my opinion on how I'm grading the whole now.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, nothing wrong with that too.
Probably the first one I'd give it like an 8. First one was alright. It was a run-of-a-mill story for the most part of like high school kids like fucking around. It wasn't exemplary in like any region. 8 fits it pretty well.
Nice. Well, I'm gonna still write your 9 because it was the first thing you said, but
damn.
Good to have.
Jacking up that score.
If I write the 8, it doesn't actually change statistics, interesting enough. But regardless of the set, cool conversation Clannad, interesting story. With the 8, it actually does change one thing, and that it ties with Darling of the Franxx. And if it doesn't, with the 9, it's higher than Darling of the Franxx as our best anime of this season. So, interesting statistics. But will it be the highest overall? Well, we'll see, because in 2 weeks, we will watch Recovery of an MMO Junkie. Which is
highest of the season.
Yeah.
Wait. What did do we not get scores from John and Dobler? I know they don't count. But
I forgot to add John. I gave you Dobler.
Maybe they don't count.
I gave you Dobler's is a 9. He said TLDR. I forgot to give you John, so thank you. John says, we'll definitely be watching the rest of the series because I'm curious of how it can continue on there because episode 23 was really cute and I'm hoping there were more stuff like episode 24. A couple key characters made me want to punch my monitor, but for a romance anime, not bad. 7 out of 10.
Oh, I should have gave it a 6 then.
Just to get... This is why I should always make Mickeal go first, so he doesn't change.
Yeah, make Mickeal go first, so we can't alter the score for some sort of weird rigging system he's doing in the background. Are you doing Vegas bets on this shit?
I know, right?
Why do you gotta round these things weirdly?
Actually, the sad part is, if I had went first, I would have given it the 5 I originally gave it.
So I should stack it. Okay, so I have to do some calculating how I do these statistics. Got it.
Yeah,
Big brain
you gotta
boy.
just average the 2 scores Mickeal gives. That should be the new policy.
Hey, he's the one who will only do .25s.
Yeah, well, you can do them. I'm just gonna round them.
That's not fair.
No, it's totally fair. I warned you beforehand.
Oh my god.
Anyways, so
let me ask a real question because I know when I rushed through, I never got the answer.
Yeah.
Why is it named Clannad?
Pretty sure.
I don't know.
Pretty sure Clannad means family. A Swiss or something? I forgot the language.
I'm gonna look it up.
Well, while you do that, I will go with some quick things. So next session is MMO Junkie. It's the last of the themed weeks. So it's the last of Josh week. Haha, it's my pick.
Right, it's family in Irish.
That's Irish.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then after that, we start the new season. I will be posting what the votes are after this conversation, so feel free to look them up in our cool Excel sheet that none of the viewers at home can see. But if you are so inclined to look at it, hit me up on Facebook to find it out. But if not, that's everything. Thank you everyone for joining. Moshi Mosh.
Wait, what are we watching next? MMO Junkie shit?
Diary of an MMO Junkie, I think it's called.
Recovery of MMO.
Recovery. Thank you.
2 weeks.
It's 10 episodes too.
So,
It'll definitely work as a palate cleanser for what we just watched. I'll give it that.
Yeah.
And after that, JoJo.
No?
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 I don't care what you make me watch.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, fine.
I want to point out that to not just leak statistics, but Mickeal didn't even vote for JoJo.
I did vote for JoJo.
You did not vote for JoJo in the upcoming anime thing.
Wait, no. Didn't you say someone else got a 4 before me? And then
No. So JoJo Part
that shit first.
JoJo Part 5 comes out in the summer.
It was?
No, Part 5 comes out in fall of next coming season. Yeah. But no one voted for it, and I'm shocked that no one voted for it.
Oh yeah. Where are the votes for that?
I'm gonna post it right after this talk.
Okay.
Oh, the reason I didn't vote because I was gonna hear the excuse of I haven't seen the other JoJos.
Yeah.
You don't really. I mean, you kind of do actually. For Part 5, you kind of need to see the other ones. All the other JoJos, you don't really.
I'm just shocked that no one did. I thought for sure at least one person would, but I'll post them right after. So see that in the thing, and then I'm going to cut the stream here. So goodbye, everyone who's listening to this chat.
Watch After Story. Be sad.
Boo.
Bye, guys.
Later.